What's up guys, Trilogy here. Welcome to Trilogy Effect. Today we are going over the top 10 games of 2022 so far. It's June as of right now. I'm pretty sure I'll upload this before July. It's like June 26th or 7th or something like that. So we're gonna go over the top 10 games. Usually I have honorable mentions on this, but I'm kind of a cheapskate when it comes to games. So sometimes I like to wait for things to go on sale, but it's kind of been like a slow year. I feel like there haven't been that many games. So most of the things on this list, you might be able to guess, and that's pretty much it. Before we get into it, I'm Trilogy with Trilogy Effect. If you want to see more gaming, movie reviews, all kinds of stuff like that, I do have curated playlists on my channel. You should definitely check that out. And with that said, let's just go ahead and jump into number 10. Number 10 for me is going to be Trek to Yomi, which I think is an Xbox exclusive. I know it came to Xbox Game Pass. It's like a black and white. The closest thing I could really compare it to is Ghost of Tsushima, but it's not Ghost of Tsushima at all. It's totally different. I have some footage up here for you guys to watch. Not anything too long for copyright purposes, but you can check out the gameplay style. But that's going to be my number 10. And really, it's not the craziest game. It's nothing revolutionary or anything like that. I just feel like there haven't been that many crazy good games this year, I don't know. It's like a slow year for both I have pretty much everything. So I have PC, I have Switch, I have Xbox, I have PlayStation. And all four of those, I just feel like it's kind of a slow year as far as games go. I don't even have that much of a backlog this year. But yeah, so that's number 10, Trek to Yomi. Number 9, in my opinion, is going to be Horizon Forbidden West. This game is gorgeous. There's not much to say about it. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. I got it when it was on sale for $30. And I tried to get into it twice and I couldn't get into it. And the third time I had nothing else to play. I gave it a shot and I was like, okay, this is not as bad as it looks. Okay. And I got into it and I finished the game, and I think I like the Horizon franchise now. I did try Forbidden West, and this one is upgraded in every way except for the story. The story kind of falls flat. It's not the worst story, but the thing about the first game is the world was cool. Yeah, robot dinosaurs, all of that stuff. But I was really interested in the story in the first game, the fall of humanity. What happened? How did we get in this situation? What was the plan to stop it? All of that stuff. So I was more interested in the story of the first game versus everything else, because everything else was cool, but none of that was, like I keep saying, none of that was really revolutionary. And in the next game, they do upgrade everything else. Everything is upgraded, but the story seems to take a back seat almost. And that's why it's in 9th place. It still made the list, so it's still a great game. It's still $70 right now, so good luck. And it is a PlayStation exclusive. Up next, we're gonna have Sifu, another PlayStation exclusive. Even though I probably have more game time on Horizon Forbidden West, overall, I think Seafood is pretty cool. This is a roguelike, and I really don't like roguelikes, but the concept of this one is different. So you're out for revenge, and every time you die, you get older and older and older and older. And sometimes when you get older, you unlock new abilities, you lose access to old abilities. Seafood is pretty cool. You can beat the game if you're perfect. There's run-throughs of the game. You can beat it in an hour, 2 hours, but I still have not beaten this game, but it's still on the list because it is a really cool game. And as far as roguelikes go, you do have the ability to permanently unlock abilities and stuff like that. I'm not the biggest fan of roguelikes, so that's probably why it's lower on the list for me. Other people might put it higher if they like a challenge. I like a challenging game, but I don't like a frustrating challenging game. I don't want to be tempted to throw my controller. I'm not gonna throw my controller. I have an Elite controller that's stupid, but I don't want to be tempted. I don't want to lift it up and just I just want to, when I hop on video games, I want to relax. I don't want to be stressed out. I like a challenge. I just want that to be clear, but I'm just not a fan of roguelikes, man. Up next is going to be Kirby. I forgot the name of the Kirby game. The new Kirby game. I just literally forgot the full name of the game. The new Kirby game. Anyways, it's on the Switch, and it is pretty cool. This is actually the first Kirby game that I've ever sat down and played. I used to watch the Kirby show when it used to come on the same channel that Sonic X came on. I want to say it's the CW Saturday forecast. I'm not super sure. But this was the first Kirby game that I played, and I thought it was pretty fun. I don't think it was good enough for me to be oh, that was really good. Let me go check out the other Kirby games. But overall, it was a really cool experience. Something new for me personally. And I want to say that I'm a Kirby fan. Just don't quiz me on anything, because I'm not that much of a Kirby fan, but Kirby definitely earned its spot here on this list. Up next, I want to talk about Ghostwire Tokyo. This is another PlayStation exclusive, so it's just, you're checking the trend. PlayStation hasn't really been doing their thing this year so far, and Xbox is kind of, although Ghostwire Tokyo is a limited time PlayStation exclusive, I believe after a year after the release date, which I think was like February or something, it is going to come into Xbox eventually. But I think this game is really cool. Certain games I feel like should be played on the PlayStation because the DualSense controller is super cool. Whenever you're pulling the right trigger, you can feel the tension in the controller, and I love that sensation. Like, the DualSense controller is very ugly in my opinion, but the features that it comes with, like the haptic feedback, it's not haptic feedback, I forget what it's called, where you can pull the triggers and you feel the tension, that is super cool. And I think when you're weaving signs like Doctor Strange and stuff, first of all, the hand weaving in this game is super cool. That's what caught my attention in the trailer. I always like Doctor Strange's magic in the MCU, and I like how it's implemented in this game. The story is kind of, you're not here for the story. We're here to hunt demons and Slendermans and stuff like that. Halfway through, next up is going to be Dying Light 2, Stay Human. This game, I never finished the first one, but this game, although it was super glitchy when it launched, I didn't buy it when it launched because, like I said, I'm a cheapskate. So I didn't buy it until it dropped down to $30. I caught it on a sale. And for $30, I think this game is pretty decent. It's hard for me to say if it's better than the first one, just because, like I said, I never finished the first one. But I will say, and I know I keep saying this, I just haven't found something that's crazy good as far as story goes, but I will say the story doesn't really interest me a lot. Like, it's okay, but it doesn't do a lot. The game looks really nice. It runs really good nowadays, at least. But the story just really isn't interesting to me. For $30, I think this is a good game. But if you're going to pay more than $30, I would probably recommend waiting for a sale. Dying Light 2, Stay Human, looks gorgeous on the PlayStation 5. I think, yeah, this also came to Xbox, so this is not a PlayStation exclusive. But whenever the games are the same price, typically, like on Xbox and PlayStation, because I have both a Series X and a PS5, and it's a solo player game, because most of my friends are on Xbox, so if it's a solo player game, I'll probably get it on PlayStation 5, just because, like I said, I love how the controller feels, and I'm not missing out on anything. So that's why I got it on PlayStation 5, because I feel like this game does have co-op, but I also feel like none of my friends have it. So, I mean, I haven't seen anybody on it since I've got it, like on PlayStation. So that's why it is on my number 5 on this list. Up next, and this is controversial because every game list that I've seen has placed this at number 1. But for me, it just doesn't hit that good to be number 1 on this list, Number 4 on my list is going to be Elden Ring. From Software's latest super hard Soulsborne game. I have every Dark Souls game except for the second one. I have Demon Souls, and you know what? I've never finished any of these games just because they are so hard. I even have Sekiro. Like, I thought Sekiro looked super cool in the trailers, and I got it, and it was just so hard. That game is so hard. Like, come on now. I hate a game where I have to parry all the time, and I hate parrying. I'm an offense man. But anyways, back to Elden Ring. I really think this game is super cool. Super cool. The open world, the pony. Compared to the other games, I can see the similarities, but Elden Ring is definitely the farthest that I've got out of any of the From Software games. It would be like Elden Ring, and then it would be Dark Souls 3. That would be the next farthest one I've gotten. And then it would drop down to Sekiro, and then it would drop down to Demon Souls. And then the rest of them, I have them, but I barely played it all. Like, it's not even worth ranking. But Elden Ring is really cool. I want to say it's revolutionary. This is probably because just compared to their previous formula, this one's different. And as far as that goes, I mean, you can't go anywhere without hearing about Elden Ring. Like, people love this game, but this is my list, so that's why I'm placing it at number 4. I think it's really cool, so that's why it's here for number 4 on me. Up next is going to be number 3, and people are like, can you put this above Elden Ring? But for me, it's going to be Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, the latest Borderlands-esque game from 2K Games or Gearbox. Yeah, well, both of them actually make it, but Gearbox. And I think this game is pretty cool. As someone who plays Dungeons & Dragons, I think the similar classes in this game are really cool. It has co-op, so you can play with other people, you know, couch co-op, online co-op, all that stuff that comes from Borderlands. I don't think I like it more than Borderlands 3, which is my favorite Borderlands game. Controversial, I know, but I liked Borderlands 3, and this game, although it has some cooler stuff like spells, you know, it has upgrades to the gear and the leveling up system, all of that is really good. But I don't like the overmap where you're walking from point to point. I don't really like that. I get they're trying to make it like a D&D map and stuff like that, but this game is still really good, and that's why it's made it to my number 3 spot on this list. Number 2 for me is going to be Lego, and this is a Lego game. Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga. And I can't remember the last time I played a Lego game and really enjoyed it. Like, I feel like I haven't really enjoyed a Lego game, like where I sat down and played it, since Lego Indiana Jones 1, 2, or the Complete Edition. One of those. I used to love Lego back in the day, and they just have so many games nowadays, but they just don't hit the same to me. I don't know. But Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is totally different. This game is amazing. You got all 9 episodes. You got free roam. You have like 1,000 characters that you can customize with costumes and different outfits. You can also change your team when you go on missions and stuff like that. This game has so much to do in it. I've only finished like episode 1 because that's the best way to watch it. Don't fight me on that. Don't watch the OG ones and then watch the prequels. Watch the prequels first, then the OGs, then the sequels, if you watch the sequels at all. But yeah, that's why I really enjoyed Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. It's a really great game. I have it on my Switch, so I can just take it on the go, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm sure it looks better on Xbox or PlayStation, but it doesn't look horrible on the Switch. And this is where I usually would put honorable mentions, but I did my research and I didn't feel like there was anything worth mentioning for honorable mentions, like as far as what I've played. So we're just gonna get to number 1. Before we get to number 1, I do recommend you like and comment what is your favorite game of the year, and then subscribe if you want to see more content like that. Boom. Number 1 is going to be Pokemon Legends Arceus. I feel like I used to say Arceus, but everyone's saying Arceus, so I'm like, is it Arceus? You tell me, how do you say Arceus or Arceus down in the comments? Is it a C or... Forget it. Never mind. Anyways, this game is crazy good. Talk about revolutionary. This is still a Pokemon game, so yes, the graphics aren't up to par with other modern games, but compared to what Pokemon has been doing, this is a crazy good step in the right direction. The only thing I really missed out on this game was the in-game content kind of didn't really appeal to me. So literally you have to go out there and catch every Pokemon to talk to Arceus. And I'm like, every Pokemon? Or not encounter every Pokemon. And I'm not about to do that. I did like how it was easier to get shinies in this game. This was literally the first game I had ever caught in a shiny Pokemon. But I don't shiny hunt either because I feel like it's a waste of time. But I did feel pretty cool when I caught my first shiny Pokemon. I still haven't caught a shiny Gyarados, which is my favorite shiny Pokemon. It's just something about a red Gyarados that really just is cool. The story is cool. We got some good black haircuts in there because someone told me that they think the customization sucks in this game, but I'm like, the customization is great. We finally have some good black haircuts. The outfits aren't modern Pokemon, but they're still pretty cool. I liked it. The story wasn't, it wasn't horrible. It's a Pokemon game, but I really like this game. That's why it's my game of the year. This also makes me super excited for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which also come out this year, and I have no doubt that they are going to be on my top 10 games of the year. With that said, that's everything I have for you guys. If you want to see more content like this, I definitely recommend you subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this list, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball playing, like Bird or Magic or something. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man?